Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Good morning. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I wanted to do a quick early video because we've had this news post come into the game giving us info on the Lovers Path event that starts tomorrow. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Thank you for spending some of it with me. Didn't have. I'll expect my chocolates in the post. Thanks very much. But yeah, so this starts on Thursday. So it starts tomorrow and it runs through until Monday. Uh, I suppose the good news of this is that there are really good rewards in here. The bad news is that there's really good rewards in here. So it's probably going to be a monster of an event. So here we go. We've already had this confirmed in the past, but just to reconfirm for anyone that missed it, that you get path coins for upgrading champions and getting artifacts. So it's basically champion training, although you can't use books like in a champion training tournament, and dungeon divers, right? So again, I personally absolutely, this drives me crazy. It drives me mad. Like I can get artifacts. Like if I forge artifacts, I got artifacts. I got them. Doesn't count. It only counts from dropping them from like dungeons and campaigns, pretty sure. I don't even know if the Cursed City stuff counts, maybe. I actually don't know about that to be 100% honest. But yeah, it's technically not getting artifacts. It's getting artifacts from dungeons and campaigns. So this is going to be pretty intensive. Honestly, it's going to be a big old grind, but it could be kind of worthwhile. I mean, I think it's certainly interesting. I saw a few people actually saying that they actually liked the Blade Master Fatalis event because you could just grind it out, right? You didn't need any shards for it. You could just grind it, grind it, grind it with gems. I saw a bunch of people that just spent like thousands of gems grinding a ton of spider and they just got a bunch of silver, which, there's a lot of silver shortages in the game these days, with Cursed City especially. And yeah, I thought that was interesting. Anyway, let's dive into this. So there are 15 fragments for White Queen Anora. We knew that before. So again, if you've got every fragment so far, you should be able to skip 10 total. You could either skip 10 from this path, or 10 from Champion Chase, which would be at the weekend, or 10 from, well, anywhere else that you want. I'd say those are the big ones to skip, though. Um, there's also going to be, now this is interesting, a 5-star perfect soul for White Queen Anora. So there aren't any lower parts of the soul. So, like, for example, with a reviver, like her, a tanky reviver cleanser, a 4-star soul, for instance, is not very useful. Right? You get a bunch of crit damage. Sure, it's nice to get it, so you don't have to buy it on your way to a 5 or 6-star soul. But the 4-star itself, pretty useless, honestly. The 3-star soul is really good for the bonus defense and obviously making the soul effect stronger. At 1-star is really good. Again, 2-star is also useless pretty much. So it's all about the 1, 3, 5, and then 6-star. You go with the 5-star. So this will be hard to get, but it is very good. It will make her a lot better, right? It will make her very, very strong. So like a 5-star soul, for instance, you could run Life Harvest. I think it's very reasonable at 5-star. And it's very good. You're going to get a ton of HP, a ton of defense, and a ton of resistance. Now, the attack, crit damage, and accuracy for White Queen Anora, not really going to do anything for you. But it's a lot of defensive stats, which is good. And then you get like a pretty powerful effect, like Life Harvest, for instance, which I think be very strong. You destroy enemy max HP by 30% and give her 20% turn meter fill whenever anyone is revived. That's quite powerful, quite punishing. So yeah, that's a good option. Like other options, obviously, we do have this mystery section of blessings coming at some point. What else would be good for her? Intimidating presence could be okay, mixing up the auras. Ward of the Fallen isn't too bad to keep her alive at the start, though that really is quite pushed into 6-star. Temporal Chains also quite good. Where you reduce enemy speed up to 15% for each active buff. Like, it's pretty strong. That's pretty strong as well to have an impact. Of course, when you get her to 6-star, Polymorph is very strong. Emergency heals, not bad on her either. It's going to give her a lot of healing when shields expire. She does bring shields. You got some strong options. I think it makes her a lot better. And I think she's very good. Like, certainly, if you push her up to 6-star, she becomes a champion with a decent aura for Arena that can absolutely run 6-star Polymorph. And that's pretty powerful. And the 15 extra speed, getting her to 6-star is pretty good. So I probably wouldn't rush out to do. It depends what you've got. I'll say that. I probably wouldn't rush out to get her 6-star soul unless I pulled her partner. But this is the big question with her. You know, you might pull Narcisse. Narcisse is incredibly good. I think his reviews are pretty poor. I think this is wrong. I think Narcisse is the second best HP nuker in the game, actually. It's quite funny. You've got Taras, who's on like a pedestal. As you guys know, I don't like Taras. Taras is just too good. Narcisse is probably also probably too good for a HP nuker. Like, in my opinion, HP and defense nukers should be nowhere near as strong as attack-based nukers because they're tanky, obviously. Duh. Yeah, they are. You know, if you look, the best nukers in the game are like Paris, probably this guy now, I suppose. Harima certainly is up there. You do have a couple of attack ones, like the lizard, definitely the mythical lizard. He's up there for sure. And some others, you know. But he's very strong, especially against shield and strength, and that's where he really thrives. I think he's a good, solid nuker. Like I said, probably the HP nukers is Taras 1, Narcisse 2, and then probably Fatalis 3. I think there's pretty large gaps between them, but that would probably be the order. But yeah, if you get Narcisse, you're definitely going to want to have got the 5-star soul for her. So that's sort of up to you. I mean, you could play and never get him. You could never pull Narcisse, but if you do, you're going to want that soul for her. Now, there are also other souls in here. I think these are fairly limited value, though. My big worry here is this could just inflate the cost of this whole event. So you've got 2-star perfect souls for Rotus and Sifi, Venus and Cupidus, and then 3-star souls for Cardiel and Yumiko. Now, interesting for me, having played for a bit, I can tell you right now, I've got a 2-star soul already for Rotus. I've got a 5-star for Sifi because, I mean, it's Sifi. I bought all of those with my coins. So 2 stars for those champions, not really any use to me. Venus and Cupidus. I actually have a 3-star for Venus. I do only have a 1-star for Cupidus. I don't have Venus, actually. So the 2-star's not bad for Cupidus, gives him some attack. But the 2-star's fairly small, right? You can buy the 2-star with, what is it? Is it 40 essence? Or is it, I think it's only 40, isn't it? Isn't it 20 for 1 and 40 for 2, I think? So it's like a few coins. It's not bad, but it's really not crazy impossible that if you're late game, just by pulling, you know, soul stones for the last while since they came out, quite possibly you've got these before. 3 stars is a bit more unlikely for Cardiel and Yumiko. So that's tempting to me. I don't have a Cardiel. I've got a 1-star Cardiel. So that for me is maybe worth getting. Again, I might never, ever get Cardiel, so I don't know if I'll go out of the way for it. But 3-star is pretty decent, right? You're getting some extra attack. You're getting the extra defense. Not too bad for Cardiel. That's pretty cool. So that's a possibility. And then for Yumiko is obviously really good. So again, both Cardiel and Yumiko are really good. I only have a 2-star Yumiko. So getting her up to 3-star is kind of okay. Now, the problem with Yumiko is extra defense, crit damage. This stuff is nice, but not essential. I'd say, I don't know. I'd say probably don't go too far out of the way for the 3-star. Probably, actually. I feel like with Yumiko, it's more like you pull a 5-star soul and get lucky. Or, I don't know. It's a lot of work. Like, I probably wouldn't bother. You know what I mean? Like, I would probably rather invest my coins into nukers. Because nukers are getting so much benefit from the 4-star. I'd probably be investing into that and then using my big red coins to upgrade champions that happen to be 5-star up to 6-star. So for example, like right now, I've got a Sifi, I've got Wukong, heck, even getting Krisk or Ultimate Death Knight up to 5-star, or Norma. Hey, now we're talking. Norma the Return to 5-star. Let's go. Getting those up is probably a bit more valuable. Save up for the 6-star for White Queen Anora. That's also valuable too. So yeah, I'm not actually super sold on these smaller souls. They might be nice for you, I suppose, if I don't know, like 4 of them are void legendaries. If you're not like late game and you're not farming like Hydra and you're not farming all of Iron Twins, maybe, yeah, it's really nice to get souls. But then again, if you're in that position, you're highly unlikely either to have many of these or to be in a position. Like, I just don't see how you would be having lots of void legendaries, but not have much access to souls, right? If you've got lots of void legendaries, like you're either late game or you're a big spender. And I think both of those people already have the soul. So I just don't see these as being super valuable. That would be my advice, is I probably wouldn't really stress to get any of these. Um, yeah, I probably wouldn't really stress. Like the 3-star Cardial is probably the most valuable because you can build him for damage and he could be good at 4-star. But I don't even know if it's that important. So I would say definitely the fragments and the 5-star soul for White Queen Anora are the big ones to go for here. Um, these are kind of nice, and we'll see. Like maybe I'll grab like the Yumiko because I do have her, but I'm not super sure about that. Uh, yeah, there's reward paths, event keys. Sometimes this stuff is out of date, so blah blah blah. Seems fairly straightforward. That's sort of what's happening with the Lover's Path. Now we do also have there's a summon pool on right now. I actually got 90 shards from. I had some carryover from the previous one, and then I finished a couple of the events. Plus, we got the free ones. There were 30 free, which is cool. I'm saving these for the weekend for Champion Chase, right? We still have 2 days, so I should be able to pull these on Friday. Gives me a chance to get some Champ Chase points. That's nice. And yeah, that's sort of my goal, is to see how the Champ Chase looks when that kicks off on Friday. But yeah, Lover's Path starts tomorrow. There's also going to be Primal Shards in there. There's going to be Legendary Skill Tome. So I'm expecting it to be pretty expensive. It's going to be a pretty big grind. So get ready for lots and lots and lots and lots of a champion training. Let me mention these actually, because I haven't talked about these because I was sick. I'm much better now. Thank you for the comments and stuff, by the way. Okay, so here we go. I actually missed the one yesterday. So yesterday was Scythia, Cupidus, Kaja, Timmit, Venus, and Cardial. Like, this is already gone. I would have said, looking back on it, I think both Venus and Cardial are both reasonable enough to try to grab with your Mercy if you're very close. It's not unreasonable. They're both very good. They're both very usable. That's totally fine. I'd say probably Cardial, maybe a bit better. Though, then again, you've got Lady Mikage nowadays. That does open up that as an option. I think they're both strong. For these ones, probably none of them super jumping out to me as being crazy good from share. I'd say, like, for me, I do have a Cupidus, so the Venus becomes quite valuable. Or again, if you've got Venus, Cupidus becomes much more valuable. If you've got Cardial, Scythia becomes a bit stronger. Yeah, I think these are all quite decent champions. Like Scythia is great, Asha is great, Cupidus is mostly good just with Venus, and Timid is okay, but a recent fusion. So yeah, they were all right. Today, Wednesday, we've got Karato, Countess Lix, Ashlon, Zavia, Yumiko, and Bellinor. The only one I would consider going for here would be Yumiko, and that would be definitely strong. Thursday is Sifi. I would definitely say, okay, so looking at the later days, I would say Venus and Cardula are both great, but Yumiko and Sifi are better. Which one to go for? That's a toughie. I'd probably say, you know what? Probably the Yumiko would be the most valuable because she opens up reset teams and some other stuff as well. So I'd say probably Yumiko is the void to go for out of all of these. I would not go for any of them. None of them are particularly good, I don't think. Thursday, we've got Rotus, Owella, and Ulton of the Shell. And again, for that one, I'd say Rotus, he's not bad. So yeah, that'll be sort of my takeaway probably from this is if I was going to pull... So would I pull lots of shards for this? Like, unless you're whaling out. Like, if you're a whale, I mean, you live by your own rules, really. I can't super help you with that. But if I was close to Mercy, I probably would go for a Yumiko, give it a shot. But that's it. I wouldn't pull too many voids. And I definitely be open-minded to any of the voids in this, pulling for them. Not really Bellinor, but any of the others. Sifi, probably second place. These two are okay. And then, if I didn't have a Rotus, I'd probably go for Rotus. He's good to have. And that's sort of, yeah, that's sort of my feeling on that. But I would generally not be going crazy for this. Reason being, we could easily have a guaranteed event for the Archer. Before the Monster Hunter collab ends at the start of March, there could easily be a guaranteed for the Archer, and it's likely to be very hard. That's worth considering. I mean, some of you guys were saying there might be a guaranteed for White King Narses. I think it's possible, but probably unlikely because he's very good. So I think it's unlikely, but I mean, some of you guys think it could happen, but you'd want to hold on to at least 100 plus void shards for that, or be able to get at least 100 void shards. considering he's very good, it could easily be higher than that. It could easily be like 120 voids. Like we could see inflation. Um, if I had 120 voids, would I go for White King Narcissus? Yeah, I would. So I could see that happening. It's possible. He could also just be a chase champion, though, like someone they just want you to buy and pull lots and lots and lots of shards for and just play the gotcha game, right? So yeah, there's likely to be further upcoming events, so I would not be too pushed about pulling for any of these. Honest. I'm going to try to do the champion chase this weekend with as few shards as possible to get the fragments and get out. Maybe even skip 10 fragments in there. We shall see. Yeah, well, tomorrow we'll see the exact point requirements for the Lover's Path. I'll break it down. And on Friday, we'll see the point requirements for the champion chase. I'll be pulling for my points, and I'll tell you what my decision is there in terms of which of the events I'm going to skip. Likely the champion chase. It depends. If I can potentially skip 10 of her fragments but still pick up her 5-star soul, that would be my goal. I think my main goal from the Lover's Path is her 5-star soul, but we'll see if we can pull it off. Okay? All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.